and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I feel like I say this in every single video. Okay, anyways, but for today's video, I am finally bringing you guys an updated hair care routine. Now, ever since I went blonde, a ton of you guys have been asking me to do an updated hair care routine. You want to know what it is I've been doing to care for my blonde curls and how I've been able to get my hair to grow over the past couple of months rather than breaking and falling apart and dying because of all the bleach that I had used on my hair. So for today's video, I'm kind of going to do like an updated hair care routine slash Q&A, but not really a Q&A because I didn't really ask for a Q&A. I'm just going to be answering I'm just going to be answering your questions that you guys have been asking me the most. So I've been receiving probably 4 or 5 of the exact same questions over and over and over again. Those are the questions that I'm going to answer because you guys have been asking me about them the most. Does that actually make sense? I'm hoping so. Anyways, so I have the questions written down on my phone. So probably the number one question that I have been getting asked is, how do I prevent my hair from frizzing? Honestly, magic, I guess you could say. No, I'm just kidding. From what I've learned in the past, your hair tends to frizz when it is dry and it is seeking nutrients or moisture or something, and it is literally grabbing the moisture from the air to try to hydrate itself. So if you have really dry, brittle hair, you'll notice that your hair tends to frizz the most, especially when you apply heat or if you do any kind of color changes to your hair, trying to go lighter or adding bleach, your hair will frizz a lot, especially in the summertime. So what I started to do is moisturizing treatments, and this is something that I have been preaching since I've started my YouTube channel. I sit down every single week, no matter what it is, rain or shine, I will find time in every single week to sit down and do a deep conditioning, moisturizing treatment on my hair. Now, a deep conditioning and moisturizing treatment will really help to replenish any nutrients or moisture that has been lost when you do any kind of heat styling on your hair, whether you chemically change your hair to be straight or to be curly, or if you chemically color your hair, then you definitely want to sit down and do a moisturizing treatment. I started doing moisturizing treatments every week on my hair since 2013, so 4 years now. And this has really helped save my hair the second time I decided to go blonde. So by doing all of these steps every single week leading up until this point, it has allowed my hair to be able to handle bleach a little bit better and to be able to handle heat a little bit better. So to prevent your hair from getting frizzy, you definitely want to invest in a good moisturizing treatment that will help nourish your hair, especially if you live in hot climates or if you live by the ocean and you're constantly swimming. Deep condition like no other, like every other day if you have to. I mean, it obviously varies for everybody's lifestyle, so you do want to pick a treatment that's easier for your lifestyle and where you live. But for me, living in Canada where the weather is either super dry and freezing cold or super humid and just really hot and mucky, I need to deep condition all the time to help make sure my hair does not frizz. Now, don't get me wrong, when my hair is curly, I love frizz because frizz makes my hair look bigger and I like big hair. But when my hair is straight, frizz is like my enemy. Like, nobody wants to sit there and torture your hair for like an hour or 2 hours or however long it takes you to straighten your hair just to have it frizz 5 seconds later. So if you want to prevent frizz at all costs, then I definitely suggest investing in a deep conditioning routine that works for your schedule and your lifestyle, and to do that as frequently as possible. Okay. And so this leads us into our next question. So my next most popular question always asked is, how do I prevent heat damage and breakage? Again, magic. No, I'm just kidding. The only way to prevent heat damage is to use less heat. And now I know you guys are probably saying, but Ashley, your hair is always straight. Yeah, you know, like my hair has been straight a lot lately, and I do usually straighten it a lot in the winter time just because I don't like using a diffuser on my curls. I find that I get more volume or more definition when my curls air dry, and obviously in the winter you cannot let your curls air dry, especially if you're leaving the house, because pneumonia is a real life thing out here. So I do tend to straighten my hair a lot in the winter time. But again, because I have been doing deep conditioning and moisturizing treatments every week for the past 4 years, my hair can handle heat. Some hair can handle heat and some hair cannot handle heat. Take my sister, for instance. She has really thick, very, very curly, dark brown hair. But for some reason, whenever she applies heat to her hair, she instantly gets heat damage. Whereas for me, is I can straighten my hair just as much as she does, use the exact same products that she does, use the exact same tools that she does, and I don't experience any heat damage whatsoever. There's just a huge difference in whether or not some people's hair can handle heat and some people's can't. It's literally up to genetics and Jesus and whatever he decides to give you. But the best way to prevent heat damage, if you are kind of prone to it, is to do deep conditioning treatments over and over and over again as much as possible. And it's the same thing when it comes to breakage. Now, for me, I do experience breakage, especially every time I get my hair colored. I will go through a period where my hair will just, my ends will kind of just get really, really dry, really brittle, and just need to be chopped off. And the only way to prevent breakage is to get regular trims. So I know for those of us who are trying to grow out our hair, like for me, I've been trying to grow out my hair for the longest time, but I do experience breakage often because I like to play with different hair colors. So I do tend to have to get 4 inches cut off every once in a while. It's like just when you think you're getting ahead, it's like, no, you have to chop all of it off. So the only way to prevent breakage is to go for regular trims and to kind of chill on the heat and chill on the color process. If you would like to go to a lighter hair color, my only suggestion, and I feel like this is the best suggestion, is to get an ombre / balayage. The only reason why I feel like this is the best way is because of the fact that you don't need to go in every 3 to 6 or every 2, I don't even know what's the wait time that you have to go to get your hair color. I think it's like every 2 to 3 months you have to go in to get your roots touched up, and that can take a huge toll on your hair, especially if you have curly hair. So if you are interested in going to a lighter color, I would suggest starting off with kind of a balayage ombre hair color, and that way you can kind of take a break in between, and as your highlights start to grow out, it just looks more like an ombre. And that's a great way to prevent any breakage and from having to go every couple of months and doing a chemical styling to your hair, because the more often you get your hair chemically treated and the more heat you use, the more heat damage, chemical damage, and breakage you are going to experience. So again, back to my number one point, weekly deep conditioning treatments will definitely help with frizz and any heat damage, and regular protein treatments will definitely help with any breakage that you may experience. Moving on to the next. And onto my next question. A lot of you guys have been asking me what toner my hairdresser used on my hair to achieve this hair color. Honestly, I'm just gonna sit here and say this again. Magic. I have no idea what it is she used on my hair to achieve this color. My hairdresser is absolutely amazing, and I'm so thankful that I have found her. I will link her details down below in the description box if you guys want to check her out if you live in the GTA area. But she's absolutely amazing. I literally walk into every single appointment with a picture that I have found on Pinterest, and I'm like, I want this, and she will literally give me exactly what is on that photo. And I've asked her so many times, you know, what toner are you using, or what color are you using, or what are we doing today, and she will tell me. But she also makes it apparent that, you know, if somebody else were to use the exact same toner or the exact same dye as she does on my hair, it may not necessarily come out the exact same color. So I could recommend you guys the toners and the colors and the step-by-step everything that she has used on my hair, but what works for my hair may not necessarily work for your hair. So if you are ever going to get your hair colored, or you feel like you want to kind of test the waters with hair colors, do your research when it comes to hairdressers. Hair is nothing but a trial and error process. You literally have to try different products, try different stylists. I've gone through so many hairstylists until I found this one. I've gone through so many bad dye jobs you would not even believe. But through that trial and error process, you then learn what it is that you're looking for and what it is you need in a stylist, and you will eventually find that person. And for the last question, a lot of you guys have been asking me what I have been doing to my hair to grow while being blonde. Honestly, we're gonna sit here for like 3 hours as we discuss this topic. So what did I do to get my hair to grow while being blonde? Literally everything that I have stated before. What I've been doing to get my hair to grow is all the above. Plus, I have really switched up my diet and I have really switched up my exercise routine. Your hair is not only what you do to it, so you can do all the moisturizing treatments and all the protein treatments, and you can stay away from heat forever, and you can do all of these wonderful things to try to care for your hair. But if you're not feeding your body right, and if you're not exercising and staying as healthy as possible, then your hair is going to start to show signs of that lack of care. What you put inside of your body will reflect on your hair. So if you have a lack of protein diet, you'll notice that your hair will be very, very brittle. It'll be very stringy. It'll be very thin, and that is from your lack of protein. Also, if you notice that your hair is very dull, very brittle, that could be from lack of hydration. So not drinking enough water or coconut water or consuming enough liquid enough to keep your hair hydrated. So your hair is not necessarily what you do to it, but it's also what you consume. So I've completely switched up my diet. I've started to incorporate more of a high protein like meal every once in a while, and I also drink a nutritional shake every single day. The nutritional shake that I drink is kind of like taking a giant multivitamin that's just packed with all of these nutrients and good things for your body. The nutritional shake that I drink is by Vega One. I'm going to warn you guys now, they're not the greatest tasting protein or nutritional powder in the world, but I have kind of acquired a taste for it and kind of forced myself to drink it every single day. It is vegan, and I believe it's gluten-free, and I literally just mix this protein powder or nutritional powder with whatever fruit it is that I have in the fridge. I kind of just pack it all into my nutritional bullet, and I make myself a quick little smoothie, and I drink one of these every single day. Also, exercise. I know exercise can be a very difficult topic. Not everybody is into exercising, not everybody is into going to a gym, but you don't necessarily need to go to a gym to exercise every single day. You can go for a walk outside, you can take the stairs when walking into your building. Exercising does help to increase blood flow throughout your body, and blood flow up to your scalp will help promote healthy follicles, and it will help promote hair growth. So any kind of activity or any kind of active movement where your heart rate is up, and that's a great way to help keep your hair healthy. And I think I'm going to end this video there, just because I feel like I've been rambling for such a long period of time. I'm gonna list all the products that I have been using down below in the description box, and that is it. So thank you guys so much for tuning into my video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.